I personally find to get out of any conflict, all you need to do is carry a bag full of teeth in your pocket at all times. And when challenged, just pull them out and give them a nice old crunch. What did you say about my girl?
I said if she steps towards me, she will have to answer a riddles free.
That's what I thought you said, I'm just not really sure how to respond. Oh my god! Although my advice is sound, it is often ignored by lesser men, such as today's subject, Mr. Jacques Lee or Marcus White, depending on which one he goes by. A science teacher based out of Maryland who operates out of the Maya Angelou French Immersion School. Maya Angelou, of course, being the famous snowboarder, and Maryland being named after some French queen from eons past. What's that to do with Mr. White, yo? Well, he does teach there, his academia isn't the reason why I summoned you to my page today. It all has to do with this.
Middle school teacher has gone viral for letting his female students braid his hair while class was in session.
Please do take note of all of the special keywords I highlighted from his own mouth.
Let's go ahead and stir the pot a little, shall we? Last Friday, 10 minutes before dismissal time, I decided to live stream my students helping me take my hair out. There was quite the discourse in the chat, which had people saying this was inappropriate and other people saying this was completely fine. There was nothing wrong with what I was doing and people were just making it weird. I would like to represent myself in this case, Your Honor, if I may. Number one, for a little context, I had a hair appointment immediately after school and I needed my hair taken out beforehand. I would have taken it out the night before, but that Friday we had a camera crew coming in to shoot a promotional video and I was one of the ones being interviewed. I didn't have the time to do it all myself because it would have taken me forever. So naturally I asked about 4 or 5 of my over 100 best friends to assist me in taking my hair out and they all agreed. Number two, this was at the end of class. Since it was Friday and all of my students did an excellent job on their STEM field projects and presentations, I told them if we get one solid presentation in this class, I'll end class a little early and they can have fun and play basketball, darts, or be on their phones or whatever. A couple of these were students from my class, but others were students from other classes. I wrote all of them a pass at the beginning of the class period, requesting their assistance 10 minutes before dismissal. I told the teachers only send them if all of their work was completed and they had good behavior. They all met the criteria, so 10 minutes before dismissal, they showed up for their job. My next point I'd like to make is if I was a female teacher, those people wouldn't be in the comments saying, oh, this is weird, this is inappropriate. Because me personally, I don't think there's anything weird about this. People are saying, oh, that's too intimate. It doesn't have to be weird. Some people have never had cool teachers and it shows. I personally believe that building authentic relationships with students is paramount in being an effective teacher. Some of these students have been with me since I was a substitute 4 years ago. They see me as a big brother or a father figure. And me, I don't want kids of my own, so all of these kids are literally my children. And in case you're wondering about their parents, most of them follow me on social media and always talk about my videos with their kids. They always tell me that they're so grateful that their kids have someone like me in their life. In my admin, they're well aware of my social media presence and they love my videos. I want to be the teacher that my students reflect back on 20, 30 years down the line and think like, dang, that teacher I had in middle school, he was the shit. No further questions, Your Honor.
Now, I can't be too sure about you, but for me, I don't like anything that's going on here at all. First of all, students touching anyone is alarming, but students touching a member of staff in a self-admitted intimate way is outright gobsmacking. Dude's hair and anybody doing anything with it is reserved for 3 people. Your partner, your barber, and yourself. All 3 of which absolutely make you spew rope. We all surely recognize that hair, as an objective fact, is extremely personal. It's why I always get in trouble when I ask black people if I can touch it. That was a joke. I never ask. Right off the bat, this is crazy. But then if you listen to the words to justify this self-admitted, very intimate action, it goes from being off the wall to being outright freaky. I took particular issue with the fact that not only students of his own class was involved in Hairgate, but students that he teaches presumably in other current classes got a sign-up sheet to come and do this guy's hair. They got pulled out of class, these particular young women that he hand-selected, to come join him on a live stream doing a very intimate action. Which also, why the fuck was he live streaming students during schooling hours? Or live streaming students at all? In the words of the much more successful YouTuber, Amelia Ekopumbe,
I'm not going to make the accusation that this man is a groomer. All I'm going to talk about is what grooming behavior looks like. When you are an adult who is grooming a minor, whether you are male, female, whether the victim at hand is male or female, often what will happen is you will build the rapport of being a friend with this individual, sort of hyping them up for their age, making you seem like you are on the same level as them so that they feel more invited to sort of put themselves in your personal space. And often, groomers will allow you to get close to them in a non-sexual capacity before things go further and before the relationship gets more inappropriate. Again, I am not accusing this man of being a groomer. I'm just saying he should have known in live streaming this and in posting this video on the internet that this is what grooming behavior looks like between adults and minors.
It really feels that way. Although for transparency, I would pretty much agree with anything Amelia said. She is crazy hot. I know she's like one of those Candace Owen-like chicks who has traditionally more right-leaning American values, but I don't care, I'm in love. I could easily lie through my teeth for this woman and just straight up say, I believe in everything you do. Yes, darling, you're right. Illegal immigration is awful. Your family did it the right way after all, darling. How did I know you were foreign? I don't know, sweet. Maybe the last name Ekopumbe gave it away. Dude, that's so funny. Her dad is probably like one of those weird African guys who's really into American politics that doesn't benefit anyone from the exact same situation that he had to get into the country. So let me get this straight. A couple of guys went down to the capital and now they get arrested. What has this country I've lived in for 7 years come to? Another groomer-like word that rang in my ear was best friends.
Bruh, that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, you feel me? And it's crazy because they won't even do it like that.
A teacher is first and foremost a teacher. That's the line, and the word friend should not touch the lip. It's all well and good if you want to be friendly or you want to be the cool teacher, but those two things should be first cousins, stopping immediately once the pregnancy test comes out. I had loads of cool teachers growing up. My principal of my school was a chain-smoking gay man who lived in a loft that overlooked the beach. All very cool things. You want to know how I remember him? Extremely fondly. You want to know what else I remember about him? We never made physical contact in the 5 years I knew the guy. Another word, or another two words that made me very uncomfy, is father figure and brother. Now, father figure I have a little bit less of an issue with, because even myself have naturally had mother figures over the years, who I've unhealthily attached myself to. But brother feels really icky. I want you to name a relationship where the pair in question have said he's like a big brother to me, or she's like a little sister to me, and tell me those two ain't locking boxes. It's a level of familiarity that just feels odd. If you're dating a girl and she says, oh yeah, she's known this guy for 15 years, and yes, sometimes they happen to sleep in the same bed together, that already makes you uncomfy. Never mind an educator who is in charge of a group of young developing kids. As for the fallout from this live stream, it's all straight up in the air. What I do know for a certainty is he was suspended for a time, so he could reflect on his actions that may have been misinterpreted because I'm feeling charitable, or for him to straight up realize how creepy he was. As you can tell, he did neither of these things, rather opting for a teary cry along to the tune of 5 minutes while reading messages off his students.
Amidst all the controversy that has come from this video that I posted, I wanted to come on here and read some of the messages that my students are sending me. Hey bestie, I really hope that you see this message. How are you? I hope that you're okay. Our class misses you so much, and we really want you to know that we love you and we miss you so much and can't wait for you to come back. I can't believe that taking somebody's hair out is such a big deal, and it makes me so mad that people make little things big things. I want you to know that the class and others got your back, and we will always stand behind you and up for you no matter what happens. We got you.
Sir, why the f can your students message you? Somehow Mr. White, managed to tell on himself even more by adding more inappropriate behavior to his arsenal. Whether he's getting these messages through TikTok comments or whether he's getting these messages through direct messaging, we're not sure. But he is currently on suspension for misbehavior with the kids he's in charge with, so he responds by misbehaving even more with the kids he's in charge of. Mr. White is a walking red flag. A fact that he doubled down on by sharing this video before the crying one and after the hair one.
No way you're still embarrassing yourself online. I'm gonna make you look foolish for a second time. You bet your ass I let my students paint my nails before. The student that you see in this video has goals and aspirations to be a nail tech. Not only does she do nails, she does hair, makeup, she's a dancer, super intelligent. She's pretty much a jack of all trades. Since that's the homie, she came up and saw my nails looking a little rough, and she decided she wanted to give me a fresh, clear coat.
An even more intimate act! Stop fucking touching them. That's the issue. Stop touching them. Ah! Dude, I have a niece. Her and my partner are the only ones who get to put me in a dress and make me play Tea Party while getting my nails done. It is by default an intimate action. Unless it's in a professional setting and you're getting your hands done by a professional, but even then it's tempting to lean over towards the Korean woman and give her a kiss on the forehead. Mwah!
I just want to say you did a good job.
Honestly, this is like La La Land. I think I'm going crazy. And to top it all off, he mentioned that his admin, aka his boss, is fine with all of this. Bitch, you all need to be fired. And the parents need investigating immediately. Here's the long and short of it, right? At the very best, we have a man who does not understand professional boundaries, and at the very worst is a danger waiting to happen. Actively touching kids in an intimate and physical manner, referring to himself as their big brother, recruiting a harem of young impressionable women, and being allowed to do so by other teachers, whilst his own admin and parents haven't done anything about it. This is truly pig oily, wildly wet. I speak in hyperbolic a lot, right? Because this is supposed to resemble a form of entertainment. But God, this is crazy and creepy. It is honestly a failure from top to bottom. And please, for the love of God, forget what the kids want. These are kids. Do you know what I wanted when I was 13? To be intimate with a grown man. That's not a joke. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that I touched the sides of gay from occasion. And when I was younger, there was a gay guy who was living in the same building as one of my friends. I wanted that grown man. End of sentence. So forgive me if I don't trust a child's judgment on someone's vibe and or their intentions. From what I've gathered, Mr. White Yo may have been let go from his position. I believe so from this video. Although I cannot confirm it, in spite of emailing the principal of the school, who of course did not reply, searching up the school staff register on their website, which just straight up doesn't work, and trying to find staff information via their Twitter, which never really gets updated. It's also possible that he may still be working there, and is currently on extended suspension, because when I take a look at the available positions at the school, the science teacher position is not listed as available. And just to make sure I wasn't looking at an old website page that hasn't been touched in a while, I looked at the Google source code and saw that the website was updated as of this morning, the 17th of May 2024. So who knows? Some articles have claimed that he's been fired and others just straight up don't mention it. For me personally, at the very least, he needs immediate training on how to interact with young kids because his actions are ludicrous. If you disagree with me and see nothing wrong with this guy's actions, I can only pray to Allah that you never have kids of your own because you would be a danger to them. It is wrong on every single level and everyone is at fault here, but especially the parents. If my kid came home and said they were being touched by their teacher in any way, or they were touching their teacher in any way, I'm gonna immediately call the police because somebody's gonna have to stop me. That's my new personality, by the way. I'm the guy who speaks in hypotheticals. I'm not saying they weren't brave, but let's just say if I was on that plane, it would have gone a lot differently. Ironically, though, with all of that said, all I have left to say is thank you so much for watching, as always, guys. Be careful of your teachers out there, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.